Hey Chris, you're on candid camera.
Oh yeah.
Video.
Which one of you guys is like a guinea pig for figuring out the weight?
Me.
Yeah. Steve was the last one down on that raft, the first raft.
I hope paying you a lot on that one, Steve.
He repelled, or everyone repelled, and it moved, and we just kept on putting more and more sand on it until it didn't move.
Yahoo, Chris.
Off-road.
Landing on the Queen.
Hey Rick, good job getting the win.
Hi, my name is Steve, and I'm the designer of the MaxxiPad. Last year, while going through Iron Horse Canyon in Lake Powell, while retrieving the sandbags, they kept splitting open, and so I figured there must be a simpler way that we could do long wraps with easy retrievals without splitting bags. So I thought of surface area, friction, and weight, of course the weight of sand, and I came up with the idea of the MaxxiPad. Now I am manufacturing it, and it is for sale as of now, and hope you all get as much fun and safety out of it as we have so far, with hundreds of reps on the MaxxiPad. Now this is the original MaxxiPad that my wife sewed up. She's an FAA qualified rigger. She knows her sewing pretty good. What we did originally is we used a piece of 1-inch webbing for the retrieval on the underside of the MaxxiPad. But what we found was it wore through very quickly, and on one retrieval it actually frayed quite a bit, so we broke it, we cut it off, and what we did is we put an aramid inside the tubular webbing, just tied a knot of it off of it, and that going through the center webbing to the head, and that's what I recommend that you use now. You get some heavier, either 10mm or a piece of aramid, and you use that tied to the loop that we have on the new MaxxiPad, and use that as your retrieval. And this is the MaxxiPad Mark II. As you can see, we've improved it tremendously. We have a cross bracing on the underside. It is 1-inch tape with a 1200-pound breaking strain. What we have here is very interesting. We have 1-inch 4,000-pound tubular webbing, which is sheathed over the 9/16 webbing that is sewn all the way around the edge of the MaxxiPad. This gives much more strength to it, and also protection against wear and abrasion. As you can see, we have the loop is also doubled, so that you've got the 1-inch tubular over the 9/16 in a double loop, adding much more strength and safety to MaxxiPad Mark II. On the undersurface we have a loop sewn, and this is where you attach your retrieval pull rope, and I recommend using a 10mm or a aramid tied to there, and use that exclusively, permanently tied on there, to which you will attach your pull rope. As you can see, it goes through the loop at the bottom, through the loop at the edge, and at the end of your aramid, your pull rope, you will have a bina. Now this is where you would attach your pull rope to. This is an example of how to use the MaxxiPad in a flat situation. If you're on a completely flat surface with nothing to fold the MaxxiPad and secure it behind, first thing you'd want to do is dig a little depression that you could put the MaxxiPad in. We have used this MaxxiPad flat like this with free hanging rappels. One free hanging rappel was actually about 180 feet free hanging off a flat MaxxiPad. This is how it's what you want to do is excavate, depending on how deep you can go. You want to excavate a little first, and this is where you're going to lay your MaxxiPad. Coming down to rock, place it on the rock. Now you're placing it retrieval and the cross webbing on the bottom edge. And I'll just fill it up with sand. Of course, you will put on as much sand as is necessary, depending on how much friction you have over the edge for the rope as well. You could pile this much sand on it. The only problem is retrieval would be extremely difficult. So it's a matter, as you go, you're learning, experimenting with how much sand you really need. You'll be surprised how much little sand. Okay, now you need to attach your rappelling rope. Attach this to the viner. Attached to the front 1-inch webbing, lock your viner, and this is your wrap rope. You can see there is a lot of sand on there, but it still makes me now attach your retrieval line at the back end, and you are ready to wrap. I recommend using 2 different color ropes to avoid confusion. If you have a different color rope for your wrap, different color for your pull rope, and try and keep them the same all the time. Okay, now if you're piling a lot of sand on, if you have a very long free-hanging rappel, or you just feel comfortable with more sand on the MaxxiPad, a little bit of assistance for the pull would be to scrape a groove down the center, but still leave 2 inches or so sand in the bottom of the groove. This will make it an easier pull. And you'll notice when I pull, the pull's a lot easier with that groove in the center. The sand is pulled out both sides, and there you've retrieved your MaxxiPad. In this particular